Hey, what if I told you a couple stacked $1.6 million without having a six-figure income, no salary, no inheritance, no lottery, just straight being disciplined while implementing a great strategy called FIRE, financial independence, retiring early. Today, that's what we're going to talk about, the FIRE movement and how powerful it is. Jimmy, I believe you are FIRE, correct? You are doing FIRE, correct?
Well, I'm in a whole different type of fire. I'm Coast Fire.
Okay, Coast FIRE. I know you know all the acronyms.
Yeah, I mean, you're Coast Fire.
But all right, welcome to another edition of Wealthy Wednesday. This is another episode of Black Wealth Rebels. And again, we are going to be talking about FIRE movement and how it could be a cheat code to the Black Wealth movement. What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing today?
Hey, man, I woke up this morning. I ain't got no complaints whatsoever.
Living. So
Okay.
living is a good thing, bro.
Okay. All right. Y'all looking good. Oh, and Don Johnson is in the building. Hey, Don, if you want to join us today, we talking about FIRE. And, of course, the Afros on FIRE group. I know it's one of my favorite groups. I know it's one of Jimmy's favorite groups.
Absolutely.
Corey, are you in there?
I am not in there.
Corey is not
I'm not on social
media
media at all, but to just talk to y'all, man. So
Corey don't be on socials at all no more. Corey used to be on socials all day going crazy, and then Corey just jumped off.
But I think if Corey was in the group, I think he would love it too. But either way,
it's not that I don't. It's not that I don't mess with that, but I don't mess with social media in general and specifically.
No, I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah, man, it's not good for my mental. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen, you got to, if you know that, then, do your thing. Stay away.
Do what you got to do.
All right, so we chicken and take care of your mentals.
Absolutely. All right, so but Don Johnson's in the building. Welcome, Don. Oh man, Anthony's here bright and early.
What up, Anthony?
It was really good, y'all. It was really good.
Miss Edie's here.
Hey, Miss Edie, how are you, Miss Edie?
Hey, what's going on?
Good evening. How are you? All right, before we get going, do us a favor, like, comment, and share this out, because y'all know we are fighting a battle against the algorithms, all of them on all the platforms, y'all. So help us win that battle. All right, so we're going to get right to it, y'all.
Let's go. Let's get it.
For a lucky few, you're never too young to retire, as Luke Burbank explains.
On a recent Sunday morning at a Bible camp outside of Gainesville, Florida, Nick Johnson got up to preach.
And you've decided to take the simple path to wealth.
Not about hellfire and brimstone, but about a very different fire. Financial independence, retire early.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, financial independence really ain't about us. It's about the people that we love and the causes that we care about.
This was Camp 5, and its attendees were retirees and aspiring retirees who looked a little on the young side.
Our first date, he had a coupon.
When Johnson met his wife.
Now, wait a minute. Wasn't that a meme circulating around? Young ladies would say they would not date a guy if they took him out with a coupon.
Yep.
All right, I thought it was that.
Wife Adina, some 30 years ago, she knew right away he was a saver.
I did use a coupon, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed about it. So I knew that if I presented a coupon and she had an issue with it, she was not my soulmate.
Adina, what went through your mind when you saw that coupon come out?
How many other coupons do you have? What's the best deal? Wait a minute. Let's see what we can do here.
Nick worked in software while Adina was in higher ed, and despite modest starting salaries, they managed to pay off their home and save $1.6 million by consuming less, saving more, and putting 300,000 miles on their beloved minivan, Big Red.
Whoa, goddamn, 300,000. That's a cheat code right there.
You see what kind of whip that is?
That's right. Japanese gang right there. Japanese gang.
Damn, they put some heavy work on that joint.
So wait a minute. I want to know something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Why none of these relationship podcasts out there are talking about coupons and 300,000 Toyotas are a cheat code to long-lasting marriage? They've been married 30 years.
That's not the cheat code. The cheat code is to marry somebody that likes you. That's it.
Okay, Corey, you're not having fun, man. We podding, man.
We are.
I think
because that's what I took from it, right? Because when the dude asked the question, She could have went all to the left field. She was like, look, I was all in from the rip.
She was.
But
So
I think
it's two people that like each other.
I think it's bigger than like though. I think it's people that have the same values because you can
Yep.
I like a lot of people.
The same value system.
Yeah, I like a lot of folks. We don't have the same values though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. There's a difference. There is a big.
I share this with Adina. I always wanted to be to the point that when I got 50, I didn't want to have to work. And so, honestly, I didn't exactly know how to achieve that.
Then one day during the pandemic, Nick was poking around on the internet and discovered the FIRE movement, which led him to Camp FI, a group of hardcore savers and careful spenders who share tips, tricks, and philosophical discourse with basically one goal: to get out of the rat race. It's all inspired by this guy, blogger Mr. Money Mustache, also known as Peter Adeney.
American life is so inefficient, but we're all just kind of following each other, what each other does, and not realizing where all of this time and money is slipping through our hands. So start doing things that are different from what other people do would probably be the first piece of advice.
Adeney retired at 30 and turned 50 this year.
And I often think that because I retired so early, I've lived a lot longer than a normal 50-year-old. Like I feel like I retired 100 years ago because I've had so many experiences. It's a great antidote to the usual thing where people say life goes by too fast and you miss it. However, it doesn't solve your happiness problems. You know, one of my friends who's also a blogger says like he still had to confront some demons and some emotional issues, and taking away his job just exposed them more because he could no longer distract himself from them.
The key to saving for retirement, according to Adeney, is to figure out what's important to you and trim your spending everywhere else.
You know, as you start to elaborate what's important to you, realize like, I'm going to minimize the amount of money I spent because that's my life energy. And there's some formula that arises in your mind of like, the less I spend, the more life I have.
Vicki Robin is a sort of mythical figure in the FIRE movement. As the co-author of the 1992 personal finance book, Your Money or Your Life, with Joe Dominguez. Robin's philosophy is less about early retirement and more about asking what is enough, which differs for everyone, but the consensus of the FIRE movement is to retire, you have to save and invest 25 times your yearly expenses, and then live off a 4% drawdown each year.
It's just, okay, how can I have enough for a life that's really happy but no excess, so that I can liberate my time to do what I find I'm called to do, what I care to do. And you know, that evolves over time. I have a little phrase that I've said, I buy my freedom with my frugality every day.
A frugality Nick and Adina Johnson say they are now reaping the rewards from, along with their 3 children. A life less defined by the stuff they possess and more by the freedom they enjoy.
I'm going to always remember this trip to Disney, but they're not going to remember, you know, the extra pair of tennis shoes I bought my son. My son's not going to look at me like, hey, Dad, remember that blazer you had on? Man, it was awesome.
What do y'all have planned for the rest of the day? What's it look like? I'm jealous, whatever it is.
What is it, Mama?
Well, I have to pick up the kids, and then I have to take my son to football practice, and then whatever grocery shopping I may have needed to do while I was doing this interview, I need to go ahead and get some of that grocery shopping done.
Doesn't sound like she needs my help for any of that. I'll probably go play golf.
Seems like one of you is more retired than the other one.
Hey, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's dope. By the way, Kamar, you know, they're in a group chat with us, right? You know that?
No, I did know that.
That's where I got that from.
Which group chat?
The Finvid Black Finviz joint.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
I missed that. So they in the cookout.
Yeah, so that's where I got it from, man. But no, that was dope, man. That was super.
Well, salutes
dope.
to them. Salutes to them. I mean, to me, that's real black wealth. But what do y'all think about it?
Let me fix my light. Hold on, go ahead.
Corey, what do you think?
I think that they are on the same page. Like that's all I keep taking from this. Like they on the same page. They want the same thing, and so it happened, right? Regardless of what lifestyle you choose, whether it's the regular, 9 to 5 grind till you 75, or the fire movement. They did it together. Like, all I see is people that are working together toward a common goal. And I mean, that's all that's all I can see. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of whatever they, whatever other differences they got going on. And something so important as finances, they see the world the same way.
And I mean, clearly they were saving and doing things before they introduced themselves to fire, because they just found out about fire in 2020.
Yeah.
So they've been on it. But what do you think, Jim?
So, I'm a big fan of the fire movement, right? I don't agree with everything. Well, first off, let me say this. I'm not going to say I don't agree with everything. I just think that there's extremes in every sort of little nook and cranny or space you go into. When you go in the fire movement, there are people that are so extreme with fire that it actually becomes counterproductive. Now, you'll find that in anything, but I think overall fire is a net positive, because the conversations that you find within people that are in the fire space are really about spending time doing what you value. That's what it really boils down to. That's why I said, like, the idea of studying fire and studying minimalism, those kind of things, they're collinear in a lot of ways. And I think that it's a net positive specifically for our folks, because I think if more of our folks had those conversations about fire, we would, kind of look at money and our value system a little bit different. So every little space that I'm in where people practice the fire movement is a net positive, and people are doing amazing things. Like we always talk about the group that Don has, and Afro's on Fire, where it's
shout out to them.
And it's people in there, net worth mil, net worth, 2.3 mil, 5 mil, Kamari's in there, net worth like 8 mil, stuff like that. So it's a lot of folks that are, really getting to it, and they're focused on saving, investing, and building for their family. So it's not necessarily about having money, no Sam Rothstein. It's really about putting on for their family. So I think it's dope. And seeing this was, fire is, for lack of a better term, that was fire.
Right, it was fire, right? Pun intended. It was fire.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But again, before we go further, right, fire, what does it mean? FIRE, financial independence, retire early. And the people that subscribe to this ideology and philosophy, they believe in being frugal, right? Not depriving themselves, but being frugal, figuring out what's really real and doing what really matters to them. That's what they consider their leverage. Because it's funny, one of my favorite movies of all time is Fight Club. And one of the most famous lines in there is that people buy stuff that they don't like to impress people who don't like them. And I think that's really real in real life. We buy dumb shit that doesn't matter, won't matter. And 5 years from now, you'll look up and be like, that was a waste of money. But the problem is most people don't even really track what they spend and what they have.
Well, Kanye said, just to be like, nigga, you ain't up on this. And that's the truth. I laugh at sometimes, like when you really look at it, when you take a step back, right? And you look at it from a macro level and you see folks who be like trying to floss on poor people. Poor people flossing on poor people is the wildest thing ever. But I understand, right? It's one thing to see it, but it's also another thing to understand it. And I understand it because a lot of it is dealing with low self-esteem.
Yep.
With a lot of historical trauma that we have. And that low self-esteem makes us, act a damn fool. We always say this one sick Negro, right? And then Khalid Muhammad said, man, you the sick Negro. And that's kind of what it is. Folks are sick, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the idea of someone like coming through the block to floss on poor people. That's a thing that folks do. But again, that deals with self-esteem. But when you start to understand and get out of your own way, and you realize that I can really change my life just by like changing my relationship with money, and you start to look at money different, it can be a very powerful thing. And to Corey's point, you find a partner that gets on the same wavelength with you. Now you guys you're literally creating time, right? Because now you got two people working at the same goal, man.
Yep. They're going to do the same thing. And again, like I said at the beginning of the show, why aren't more of these relationship podcasts saying, yo, get you a Toyota and some coupons, and that'll help you get a successful marriage? But that's not sexy to nobody.
I've never heard one of them shows talk about successful anything. They don't talk about success. They talk about the, they spend a lot of time in the niggerverse. Talk about what the problems are.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Man, you
I
ain't
need a
never
man
lied
who
about
makes
that.
300,000, 6 foot, 250 pounds, and has got a six pack.
Mm-hmm.
That's the prevailing thing I see on social media. But we know social media is not real.
But yeah, and the thing about it is, like I said, if people want to get into that space of studying fire, there's different types of fires too. You got coast fire, you got lean fire, you got the traditional fire, you got fat fire, you got barista fire. It's a whole thing. Because the idea of fire itself, financially independent retire, a lot of people don't want to retire early. Like a lot of people enjoy whatever it is that they do, but they still want to have enough money to be work optional. And I think that's the important part. When you get to the point where you're work optional, now you work because you want to work, even if you are punching the clock.
Right. And I mean, I think that's what a lot of them want, because the first FI is financial independence. And then if they want to work, not work, retire, then they can do what they want to do.
Yeah, they are part of the FIRM movement, financially independent, retire, maybe. And by the way, man, all y'all job shamers, I don't never want to hear y'all speak to me again, man. I just saw a dude this week, right? The boy that Mark Zuckerberg just hired and gave the boy a compensation package of $250 million. Did y'all see that?
I did not.
This dude is an AI researcher, right? And they said that he turned down the initial offer, which was a $125 million package. And Zuckerberg wanted to meet with him to figure out how could he turn down that money. And he said after meeting with Zuckerberg, I don't know what he told him, but after meeting with him, Zuckerberg left the meeting and said, offer him $250. And Zuckerberg understands, like I do, that Theodore DiBiase already told us everybody has a price. Yeah, when he got that 250, main man was like, all right, cool. I guess I'm Team Meta then. 250. They said that his contract is more than Steph Curry's.
Wow.
And they said that a lot of people in the tech space are like looking, and they're starting to wonder, because these people that are in AI and research are getting paid the equivalent of what professional athletes are. And they said what's scary about it is in pro sports, they have a salary cap. In the tech space, there's no salary cap, so they don't know where this is going.
And I wonder how much of that was stock options versus cash.
Even if it's 50%, you give me $125 million in Meta stock, I'm gonna take that. I pay a dividend anyway.
Well, no, not about taking it, but it becomes almost infinite if it's stock options. Like if the majority of it's stock options.
I would hope we got a bunch of it in stock options, because now you're actually going to work for a company you own, right? So that's a whole different level of a buy-in.
Right.
But I say that to say, y'all gotta chill with all that, man, because a lot of these folks out here, specifically in the tech sector, man. Okay, you could.
It truly is a cheat code.
You could go to the rap if you want.
Maybe I should go get a job. Zucks, give me a 250. Shoot, give me a 100.
You got a number. Again, everybody has a number. You got a number, Kamari.
Listen, give me a 50.
Listen. If Deloitte come at you tomorrow, like, look, we're gonna pay you $250,000 a year. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I think I'm unemployable though. I mean, it all depends on what the structure and what's required of the job. But I don't do well.
There are jobs that I will take and be disgruntled, and then there's the jobs I just can't do. You can't pay me enough to do them.
Okay, respect. Well,
there are some jobs you just can't pay me enough.
Theodore DiBiase teaches us that everybody got a number. Even if it's a job that you hate, there's a number. There's a number that
there's not a number for some of the jobs that we talking about.
So listen, there's a number, and I would take it. But here's the thing: I would take the job. The question is, would they keep me, or would they fire me? I probably wouldn't last.
There are jobs where you just couldn't pay me enough to do.
That's because you're just what's the word I'm looking for you, Kamari? It's not even a rebel. You are
for me, not for Corey.
No, for you, right? So Corey is Corey, but you.
Wait a minute.
You let me finish my thought before. You let me finish my thought before I say what it was.
Go ahead. I'm waiting for the slander.
It's not slander at all. It's just part of who you are. You're a very argumentative person. Like I was telling you the other day, I said I could tell you the sky is blue. You would tell me that. Well, it's not completely blue. Like that's who you are, right? So you go into one of these meetings at this corporate office where they're paying you a bunch of money, and you're going to disagree with everything just for the sake of disagreeing. Even if you actually agree with them, your brain doesn't allow you to agree with people.
That's slander, y'all. For everybody that's watching, I hope y'all realize that's slander. But go ahead, Jim.
It's not slander. It's not slander.
That's slander.
The point I'm making is everybody has a number, right? Even if it's a job, and everybody in the chat too, y'all got a number too. If you offered a job at a place that you probably don't even want to work at, there's a number that'll get you to do it.
Like I said, I would probably take it. To your point, Jim, I'd probably get fired. I'm just being honest. They call me unemployable. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay. I mean, listen, I respect it.
I mean, hey, listen, I would love to go somewhere and get 250. 250 million, 250,000, $250 on a consistent basis. I take it all. I take it all.
What's the job that you said? Because Corey just said there's certain jobs he wouldn't take. There's no number. Give me an example of one of those jobs.
Ice agent.
Oh.
Interesting.
I ain't mad at that.
$2 million number on that.
I'm not mad at that.
I got a comment, but I'm gonna keep it to myself because I don't want y'all to look at me different.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I was in the military, right? And so I understand better than most what they're actually doing. You couldn't pay me enough to do that job.
I wasn't in the military. And if you pay me about a good $500K a year, I'm pulling right up on Lowe's and Home Depot. Like, what's up, y'all?
Nah, man. You can't.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't want no hate mail. I'm just joking. I am joking.
You couldn't put a number on. You couldn't put a number on it that'll make me do it.
I respect that. How about you, Kamari?
I can work at Dice. Did y'all see that?
I did. I saw it.
I can work at Dice. Decolonization.
All right. So everybody in the group chat, what's the salary they would have to pay you to work at ICE? I want y'all to be honest too. Don't try to be holier than thou and say there's no salary.
I don't think they're gonna be honest. I don't think
they are either. But I want to see what is the salary? What is the annual salary they would have to pay you for you to work at ICE? Kamari, is there a number they had to pay you that you would do it?
I couldn't do it. I probably would get shot on the job.
No matter the number. No matter what the number is.
I mean, listen, man, I'm not going to separate babies from their parents.
I respect that.
I can't do that. I can't put babies in cages. I wouldn't do that.
I respect that.
All right, so while we're waiting on everybody to Jimmy, you sparked the thought. And I want to show this clip real quick.
The block. Right. I want our name on the block. Right. That's going back to the hood.
Okay.
But what stopped me and what actually made me stop hanging in the hood was Dick Gregory.
Okay.
I watched this clip. Dick Gregory was like, nigga, why you buy this Rolls Royce? To ride through the hood to show you the richest motherfucker? That I can't buy one? And da-da-da-da. And it's crazy because that's why I bought it.
Right.
I was young, like, nigga, we getting money on the south side. I'm finna pull a phantom out here, da-da-da. But I was ignorant. And at the same time, I could have bought this condo downtown Atlanta that I ride by every day today.
Right.
And it's fucking 5 times the value.
Right.
The egg on my face, right? So when I seen Dick Gregory do that, I actually got out that car. The things I wanted to be and grow up to be, I got there.
Right.
I was 23 years old.
Okay.
I was sitting so high on top of my mountain, I just kept smelling something.
Right.
It just smelled like manure. I was standing on top of shit mountain. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have no business. I didn't have no financial literacy. I didn't have an insurance policy. I didn't know what trust accounts was, shell companies. I didn't know how to go buy tangible businesses. I didn't know nothing. So I'm like, yo, how am I this famous guy and I'm the big homie and y'all respected me, but I can't even tell you how to go open up a bank account. It felt so good learning that. Like, usually if I want to run money up, I have to go in the streets now. Y'all got.
So, Jimmy, that was an example of what you're saying of being a sick Negro. He wanted to buy a phantom to stun on people.
Shout out to him, though, for recognizing it, though, right? And some people recognize it.
Shout out to Baba Dick for school. Yeah,
drop an N-word in the honor of Baba Dick. Anyway, listen, Don said he interviewed earlier this year. He's trying to get a $60K bonus. So Don is going to be honest with y'all, right? So Don being honest.
Listen, I'm not mad at people who do the job. It's just something I personally
it's never do. My man Don said he's gonna put that $60K right in VGT.
What up, Jamel? Hey, Miss Malley.
And got his number too. Are we talking this? James Sims wants some clarity. Like, am I gonna be in the field or am I talking about a desk job? Because if I'm being a desk job, I might take it.
Yeah, so Don said bullshit. And said $1.20.
Listen, I've turned down M's in my life.
Oh man.
I've literally turned down M's, and I'm not rich at all. But
Hey,
it's just certain things that don't
for whatever that was, and it wasn't high enough. I'm just saying. I believe in it. I believe in the Theodore DiBiase principle. I believe in that.
Listen, I'm not saying
Jim, what's your price? What's your price, Jim?
For what?
To be an ICE agent, you posed the question.
So for me, it's really the same answer as Jay Sims. Am I going to be creating Excel spreadsheets in the office? All right, because here's the thing, right? I don't want to, because we gotta get out here.
We know rounding folks up. Stop playing.
I ain't talking about no desk job. I'm talking about it.
Thank you, Corey. Rounding folks up. Y'all watch the news. Y'all see what's going on. Y'all see it.
Here's what I'll tell you. Here's what I will say about that. Right. I don't know if I could do that for a lot of reasons. Outside of just my ethics or morals, I ain't trying to be outside in general though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hug the office. I'm an office hugger.
Oh man. All right, so Jim, you wouldn't do it. Now it's funny. Only 2 people, really 3, responded. Don responded with a number. Anthony responded with a number. Nobody else responded with a number. So do we take that nobody will do it, or nobody?
Here's the honest God's truth though. The God's honest truth though. The numbers start getting up there though. I'm gonna have to think about it, right? And I'm gonna use my drug dealer justification. How many people can I help when you paying me $800,000 a year? Could I help Corey get to school?
All right, Nino Brown. This thing is bigger than Nino Brown.
All right, Shelby said he missed the question. Shelby, the question was this. We were talking about, I told him that I believe in the principle known as the Theodore DiBiase principle, right? Which means that everybody has a number that they'll move on. And we were talking about jobs. Corey said there's certain jobs in the world that no matter what the offer is in terms of compensation, he wouldn't take it. And one of the ones he used as an example was being an ICE agent. So we asked the question, is there a number they would pay you to be an ICE agent in which you would do that? Some people said $120 they would do it. Don said he tried it because they was giving out a $60K bonus. So the question is there a number that they would offer you that will make you take that job, right? So that's the question. Jamil said, my ex ended up marrying an immigration officer. Don't know if he is or was ICE, and they're doing quite well out in Maryland. Happy for her bump up in lifestyle. Would you put that back? See, now, Miss Edie, that's the problem, right? Because now, like, when y'all give me the visuals and all that, I can't be a part of that. However, never mind. No, I can't be a part of it. This is my normal line of work, so no difference to me. Don said this is what he do. That is hilarious. No, I'm off. No.
K Diggy, what up, K Diggy?
Miss Edie, that's hilarious. So Anthony says 120K to be transparent. I might have been a pharmacist in my past life, and I worked jobs I hated to pay my bills. So I'm keeping it a buck.
Hey man, salutes to you.
There is not a number. Okay, so Miss Edie said it's not a number. I got higher, but the math didn't math after adding in the moving costs. Okay.
Listen again.
So the number wasn't high enough.
I don't have a problem with people.
It wasn't high enough for Don.
Listen, man. I don't have a problem with people taking jobs that I wouldn't take. I just wouldn't do them. Like there's certain things that I would do that people wouldn't have that would make people sick to their stomach. But it's just not in my. There's certain things that I just can't do. Now, if you'd have asked me this question 20 years ago, I would have did this. I wouldn't even thought about it.
But you know what? That's an excellent point, Corey, because there's a lot of folks that would say, I can never do that, but they've sold narcotics to their own people, right? And see, people justify the things they want to justify. All of us have like a moving scale when it comes to morality and ethics, right? If you want to be honest. Because
I already told y'all what my morality and ethics come down to.
It comes down to your chicken.
It comes down to cash. Your morality and your ethics are based on how much money you have. Period. Right?
For everybody, or is that just for you, Corey?
That is the general rule of thumb. That's the general rule of thumb in the societies that we live in, right? And I'm not saying for me personally, right? Because again, I have my own code that I live by that no one else lives by. But there are, like, in general, right? If I write, rich people speed more than poor people. Why do rich people speed more than poor people?
They can afford that ticket.
They
can afford a ticket, right? So it's about morality. The reason why poor people do 55 and rich people do 110 on the freeway is because they can afford the ticket, right? They're not under the same time constraints and money constraints that somebody poor is, right? So when I say morality is about the amount of ticket you got, it's really about what you can afford to, can you afford them lawyer costs if you out here doing? That's why when people, is kind of shocked and salty about what Puffy is doing and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, y'all have no idea with these, like, they got enough money to do whatever they want. And most people would do exactly what they were doing if they had that kind of money.
So absolute power corrupts absolutely is what you're saying.
Every single time. Okay. Concentrated power is always terrible.
All right, so Shelby said, I got a number for sure. What's your number, Shelby?
Shelby, how much to be what's the number, family? Shelby, how high does that number have to go?
Or how low will you go?
Yeah, that's the question. What brought it up was that compensation package the gentleman that got from Meta, which was insanity. And they said
that's a nice way to
change.
Yeah, man. Like that's hefty. I damn sure I do that job. Gimme. I need all of them change. I need all that change.
All right, well, let's go on back. Let's run this back. Let's talk about this fire. Hey, Don, you got any comments about this fire?
For a lucky few, you're never too young to retire, as Luke Burbank explains.
On a recent Sunday morning at a Bible camp outside of Gainesville, Florida, Nick Johnson got up to preach.
And you've decided to take the simple path to wealth.
Not about hellfire and brimstone, but about a very different fire. Financial independence, retire early.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, financial independence really ain't about us. It's about the people that we love and the causes that we care about.
This was Camp FI, and its attendees were retirees and aspiring retirees who looked a little on the young side.
Our first date, he had a coupon.
When Johnson met his wife, Adina, some 30 years ago, she knew right away he was a saver.
I did use a coupon. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed about it. So I knew that if I presented a coupon and she had an issue with it, she was not my...
Listen, man, I'm still tripping off this. I want to know. I wonder if I took a woman out on a date today with a coupon, how that date would go.
I mean, listen, man. I don't know. I mean, you're a big baller, like Core.
Here we go. I'm trying to have a serious conversation.
I am too, though. Listen,
I'm not a big baller, man. I only got one phone. You got two.
Here you go.
Hey, man.
What does that guy do with anything, though?
I got guns. You got guns. I got guns too.
I will stay at the Lowe's on Saturday nights, though. But I digress, man. You know, it is what it is, man.
Yo, yeah. All right.
No, but pulling out a coupon though, that had to have been years ago, right? Like you can't even really. I guess you can have like a digital coupon these days, like go get you a little Groupon.
I mean, but I literally have seen memes about this and women railing men for using coupons to go on dates. I would say, man, that's a guy who is a financial steward.
I'll say this, and I ain't trying to brag. I've never used a coupon in my life. I don't even know. Like, I've never used a coupon in my life. If somebody tell me the price of something, either I'm gonna buy it or I'm not. Like, that's just
I don't know how that's possible, considering like what your wife is like one of the greatest couponers I've ever seen in my life.
Listen, she used coupons all the time.
Yo, his wife, come on, I've seen her. She one of them people I've seen like go in the store and come out with like $700 worth of stuff, and it'd be like 64 cents because she figured out some way to mix like.
Listen,
coupon.
Yo,
I love it.
we
I love
was in CVS. She bought a product. They gave her the little ticket thing with the $10 joint off. She came back in. She found like another deal. Used that $10. They gave her another $8 for that $10. Like she bought like $60 worth of stuff for like $20. Like she bought like $70 worth of stuff.
Man, that's a skill. That's a skill right there.
I'm not upset at that, but we also spent an hour in CVS, and I was like, "Come on, man! Like, I would have rather gave him $50 than spend. I would have rather gave him $50 and left. Like, that's my thing. I would have rather gave him the $50 for this stuff and left out the store after 5 minutes.
So that's the funny part. When the one time she showed me she did that, y'all had the same argument. Like, is it worth your time though? For her, it was like, yeah, it was like a sport. But for you like, look, I'd rather just get on with my time. So it's just a different perspective. But I said I had to say this though. There are too many coupons in 2025, but I mean, how about this? Everybody in the chat though, would you use a coupon on a date? Would you use a coupon on a date?
I'm gonna say this stuff. I love a coupon and clearance. No shame over here.
Listen, I'm not saying that I've never bought anything on sale. I'm saying that I just don't. Like, I don't got time for coupons. Like, either I can afford it or I can't. And I just keep on moving if I can't. Like, I just don't understand the time aspect of couponing. I just can't make myself do the time aspect of it. I just can't do it.
Gotcha. All right, there's a couple of comments I missed. Just want to hit them real quick. Oh, there's the number. All right. Yep.
Yo, it's crazy, right? Because and we know this already, but I just saw it with my own eyes. They in the hood at the market, they charge so much more than they do at markets that aren't in the hood, right? I was just trying to get some eggs, right? Driving home trying to get some eggs. The ShopRite on Fox Street, though, the eggs were literally like $5 more than the joints that's like in Center City.
It's ridiculous.
$5 more.
So, Jimmy, for people that are not from Philly, which the majority of people here are not from Philly, give me
Fox Street is in North Philly.
So I was downtown and then I was in North Philly, and the difference in eggs was $5.
And the funny thing about Fox Street is it's really on the edge of North Philly and East Falls.
They don't care though. They taxing, dog. They taxing. I was like, it's a $5 difference for the same product.
Gotcha.
I'm like, you forgot, like, when you start to realize, like, I guess
there's really a thing called a poor tax, bro.
Yeah, it's the James Baldwin quote. Like, what do he say? What's the quote? Kamar, I know you heard it before. He says, if people knew how expensive it was to be poor,
it's how expensive it is to be poor.
Yeah, you get taxed.
No way to be poor. Yeah,
you get taxed.
People don't really understand how expensive it is to be poor.
So TC says, God, my ticket had jail time attached. It made me buckle at my knees. My gas for it was PTSD. My gas foot was PTSD.
Hey, you learn your lesson.
I get it.
That's why they do it. It's called punitive. Like, I'm chilling now.
Yeah. All right, Don says, as a newly retired fire participant, I don't truly believe in early retirement. In my honest opinion, 50 is right on time. I will stop working at 50. Okay.
I don't even know if I will stop working at 50, right? I guess it depends upon what it is you're doing, right? Like, yeah, I don't know what it is you're doing.
All right, Jason says, the way these prices are set up in 2025, you might get away with it.
It all depends on what age bracket you're in, right? Right.
Might also depend on what kind of date you on. She might give you a coupon.
Listen, your $40 date might give you a.
Let me say that for Friday.
Might give you a coupon.
Man. It's too late.
Let me say that for Friday, man.
Lawrence, what up, Lawrence? Lawrence says, one of the most versatile financial shows out there.
Appreciate you, Lawrence.
Shout out to the Financial Grill. All right, we got that. All right, so Lawrence says, my wife on our first date pulled out a coupon. That's when he fell in love, when she pulled out that coupon. I knew she was the right type of woman right then and there. Always go for a woman that will save the family some extra money. I ain't mad at that.
So I'll say this.
I ain't mad at that.
I will say this. You're not saving money. And here's why. You still bought stuff. You didn't save anything. You spent money. You didn't
but
save
if you bought
money.
the things that you normally buy, and you bought it from less, isn't that technically saving?
Listen, there are some things that you have to consume, and yes, you want to consume them for less than you would normally have to pay. But in general, people buying for sales are just spending money that they wouldn't have.
I get what you're saying, and I think it all depends, right? Because if you weren't going to spend the money, but now you're buying it just because it's on sale, because I've seen that too.
You ain't saved nothing.
My mother-in-law was notorious for that. She'd be like, "I'm saving money." I'm like, "But you didn't want this." But I saved money. I'm like,
"Nor did you need it."
No, not even need it. She didn't want it. So I think that's what Corey's talking about. But my thing is, if I buy coffee every morning anyway, and now I got a coupon to get $5, you know.
Listen, man, I've been to places plenty of time where I buy, like, or Eagles win free day. I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts and go get a free coffee and a donut. Like, I'm not against getting things at reduced cost. It's just that if it's already reduced cost when I walk in the store, I don't got to spend time worrying about picking out, flipping through my coupon book or my coupon thing on my phone, and like I don't got none of that stuff on my phone.
And Jimmy says I like to argue, and Corey's against saving money, but I like to argue.
I'm not against saving money. I'm against the time it takes to try to do all of that. Like, it's just ridiculous.
All right, so Phoebe, go ahead, Jim.
No, I was saying JT with the super chat, so I'll just shoot him.
I didn't see that. Okay, Femi says I have. So you used the coupon on a date. All right, shout out to you.
I ain't mad at nobody for using coupons, man.
All right, TC says social media is a thief of joy in real life. Yes, use coupon on a date. Why not? Especially if you're paying. I ain't mad at that.
Because people want to look like they balling.
All right, Don's with Corey. No, the time of looking for coupons don't work for me in 2025. Listen, they tie up everything now with the coupons, sign up to your phone, your cell phone, and your email address. So why not? Then the only time I go to Macy's is with a coupon.
Listen, man, my wife has bought my kids clothes from Kohl's. She been to Kohl's, right? So she been shopping with Kohl's for so long that they send her these 50% off things. Like my wife went school shopping this year in March, not May, in March for this year, right? And she went to Kohl's and she used all the coupons and stuff. She got like $200 worth of stuff for like $11.
Yeah, she be wilding. Anthony is crazy. Anthony says my current girlfriend and I first date was bowling at McDonald's, but I did buy her a bouquet of flowers though. She said they were so nice she didn't mind the fast food this time.
Shout out to Anthony.
Wow.
Listen, man. Listen. Wow. Date people that you like. Date people that like you.
And I got a question though. Did you let her supersize though? That's the question. Did you let her supersize or no?
Yo.
I'm not touching that.
No, I'm just saying. Like, did you make
like I was about to say something absolutely nefarious.
Did you let her get the large fry, or did you make her hand?
No, bro. So you almost made me say something absolutely nefarious. And I need you to stop saying that, man.
Miss Edie says, I never went on a date with a man that used a coupon. All right. But would you, Miss Edie? Would you go out with a fella, pulled out a coupon? Just whipped it out on you.
Whoa.
Coupons on a date is the same as ordering the 2 for $5, the 2 for 20 at 2 for 20 at Applebee's, or going to the sushi spot on Monday for half off rolls. I ain't got no problem with either one of those. I've ordered the 2 for 20 at Applebee's. All right, TC says, I always said urban stores were overpriced, and I never understood it. They try to say because they increase because the theft's short. I think there's stuff all over the place.
I think that's BS anyway, because folks I know in the underworld that are about that life, they don't go into the hood. They go out to the other places to get, allegedly.
I mean, listen, there's organized retail theft rings nationwide that's documented. And it's usually not in the hood.
Nah.
It's usually not in the hood. All right, Lawrence says, I'm retiring at 50 from day-to-day labor. If and when I work after that will be for fun. All right, shout out to Lawrence. All right, Andy says Nate doesn't use coupons. He just changes lives. All right, the Nate gang is here, and it ain't Friday, y'all. It ain't Friday. Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Or I'm working for purpose and passion. All right.
Nice.
JT.
What up, JT?
Thank you for that, brother. Appreciate you. And of course, here comes facts. Nate was the community leader we needed. Lord have mercy. The Nate gang is in the building.
The coupon is in the app. You just scan. On your birthday, you receive free due to the membership.
Okay. I am not mad at that. I am not mad at that.
The restaurants I enjoy don't accept coupons. I will accept restaurant week. What
So-
restaurant did you go to, Miss Edie?
I will say this. I went to the last time I went to Eddie V's, I had a $500 gift card. Because I had won this contest. I had won some contest. I was just sitting there, and you know how they ask you to buy the raffle tickets. So they called my raffle ticket. I won a $500 joint to Eddie V's. And so the last time I went to Eddie V's, I came out of $0 out of my pocket.
Pause. I mean, she got whatever she wanted from Mickey D's, including the Nick Perry.
Okay.
Yo,
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching
kept saying this, he let her supersize, and I just kept like the jokes that kept running through my head.
I still think that's a question with pause. Did you let her supersize? I didn't ask.
No, bro. No,
I wasn't asking about his number.
Absolutely nefarious. That is nefarious.
It's a legit question, man. It's a
bro.
legit question, man. Like,
That's
but
nefarious.
But
That is nefarious, malfeasant question.
Listen, Anthony answered the question. He also let her get the McFlurry, man. So shout to you for choosing one.
And that has so many other. Never mind.
Yeah,
I ain't
man.
saying nothing.
Listen.
I'm not saying nothing.
So,
All right, man. Y'all wildin',
Good
man.
job.
Y'all wildin'. Let's.
Adina, what went through your mind when you saw that coupon come out?
How many other coupons do you have? What's the best deal? Wait a minute. Let's see what we can do here.
Nick worked in software while Adina was in higher ed, and despite modest starting salaries, they managed to pay off their home and save $1.6 million by consuming less.
$1.6 million by using coupons. I think that proves coupons are worth it. I'm sorry.
Saving more and putting 300,000 miles on their beloved minivan, Big Red.
I shared this with Adina. I always wanted to be to the point that when I got 50, I didn't want to have to work. And so, honestly, I didn't exactly know how to achieve that.
Then one day during the pandemic, Nick was poking around on the internet and discovered the FIRE movement, which led him to Camp FI, a group of hardcore savers and careful spenders who share tips, tricks, and philosophical discourse with basically one goal: to get out of the rat race. It's all inspired by this guy, blogger Mr. Money Mustache, also known as Peter Adeney.
American life is so inefficient, but we're all just kind of following each other, what each other does, and not realizing where all of this time and money is slipping through our hands. So start doing things that are different from what other people do would probably be the first piece of advice.
Adeney retired at 30 and turned...
Wait a minute. Did he say 30? I think I'm jealous. I'm a couple years behind the 8 ball. 30? Can you imagine being retired at 30?
I was.
You still working 9 to 5 jobs, Jim, but we know you don't need to. We know you hit the lottery.
I hit the lottery. I'm poor.
With them bitcoins you lost in the league.
I'm a poverty-stricken man.
Yo, listen, man. Listen. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't really start really working until I was 30. Work? What is that?
No,
I ain't really start taking on full-time jobs, like full-time jobs until I started having kids. I was 30 when I started having kids. Like literally, I ain't really start taking on full-time jobs till I was like 30.
All right, Joe says, Corey, you don't cut the coupons in ShopRite, Kroger, or Wegmans app, or use the points to knock off 50 cents, $1 off gas.
I don't do any of that, bro. I go to the desk. I listen, first of all, I don't do the self-checkout. So I always go to the checkout counter, right? And generally the lady at the checkout counter be wanting to use their card so that they can get like more stuff off their app. So normally they'll just do it for me. They'll use their card at the counter, and I let them use my my groceries to get points on their card. But I'm not stopping to do it. I can tell you that.
So Don makes a good point. He says modest starting salary is key. Work starting, right? So that's where they started. Clearly, that's not where they're at now.
Yeah. So Lauren says Mr. Money Mustache was married and crashed out to FI and was subsequently divorced. Going too frugal might burn out your partner. So that's the thing, right?
Great point.
I used to read his blog years ago, because it was, again, I found out from his blog from the other I don't want to say cult, the other group, which is what's the Bogleheads. The Bogleheads is how I found out about Mr. Money Mustache.
What is that? What the hell is that?
The Bogleheads?
The Bogleheads, right?
What is that?
So the Bogleheads.
They follow. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, they follow Jack Bogle, the founder of Vanguard, and they're
Yeah, I know that.
But I was
thinking about Nate. He was thinking about Nate when he said the Bogleheads.
No, but I was at a Bogleheads event like 15 years ago. But that's how I found out about Mr. Money Mustache, to a Bogleheads event, and that's when I first found out about FIRE. But to Lawrence's point, there's another couple too. I think they're called like the Frugal Woods. They were worse than Mr. Money Mustache. They go so hard that their whole thing was putting money into to work for them, but they started skimping out on things that are just like ridiculous. They was doing stuff.
Is this the ones that don't wash?
Dog, they went so far. It was like reusing toilet tissue and tea bags, and because every cent had to go to work for them. So my point is, there's extremes in this space too that you got to be careful of, man. Like, I still got to have a certain quality of life.
Okay.
I
ain't mad at that.
50 this year.
I often think that because I retired so early, I've lived a lot longer than a normal 50-year-old. Like, I feel like I retired 100 years ago because I've had so many experiences. It's a great antidote to the usual thing where people say life goes by too fast and you miss it. However, it doesn't solve your happiness problems. One of my friends, who's also a blogger, says like he still had to confront some demons and some emotional issues, and taking away his job just exposed them more because he could no longer distract himself from them.
The key to saving for retirement, according to Aidney, is to figure out what's important to you and trim your spending everywhere else.
As you start to elaborate what's important to you, realize like I'm going to minimize the amount of money I spent because that's my life energy. And there's some formula that arises in your mind of like, the less I spend, the more life I have.
Vicki Robin is a sort of mythical figure in the FIRE movement as the co-author of the 1992 personal finance book, Your Money or Your Life, with Joe Dominguez. Robin's philosophy is less about early retirement and more about asking what is enough, which differs for everyone. But the consensus of the FIRE movement is to retire, you have to save and invest 25 times your yearly expenses and then live off a 4% drawdown each year.
It's just, okay, how can I have enough for a life that's really happy but no excess so that I can liberate my time to do what I find I'm called to do, what I care to do. And that evolves over time. I have a little phrase that I've said, I buy my freedom with my frugality every day.
A frugality Nick and Adina Johnson say they are now reaping the rewards from, along with their 3 children. A life less defined by the stuff they possess and more by the freedom they enjoy.
They're going to always remember this trip to Disney, but they're not going to remember, the extra pair of tennis shoes I bought my son. My son's not going to look at me like, hey, Dad, remember that blazer you had on? Man, it was awesome.
What do y'all have planned for the rest of the day? What's it look like? I'm jealous, whatever it is.
What is it, Mama?
Well, I have to pick up the kids, and then I have to take my son to football practice, and then whatever grocery shopping I may have needed to do while I was doing this interview, I need to go ahead and get some of that grocery shopping done.
Doesn't sound like she needs my help for any of that. I'll probably go play golf.
Seems like one of you is more retired than the other one.
Hey,
I mean, that's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful story. I don't know about y'all. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I think that's a beautiful story. And that indeed is a Black Wall story. So
all day. I mean, listen, when you can find somebody, again, that believes in the same things that you do, it's a beautiful thing, man.
all right, Antonelli, I hope I'm saying your name right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She says there's a recent story going viral about a Japanese man who ate rice and beans. Jimmy, you're getting feedback for 20 years, so they could retire at 45. Not sure if it was worth it though. It's funny. My dad ate rice and beans often, but he wasn't really a foodie like that. And so he didn't really care about food. So I think it probably was worth it.
Yeah, you said I had feed. I didn't hear any feed. Corey, you hear anything from my side?
I don't know. I just turned.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell's Kamari talking about? I saw you mute me a couple times. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, my point is that's not worth it, dog. I'm not eating rice and beans I'm not eating rice and beans for 2 days, like let alone 20 years. Like
I ain't gonna front. I can eat rice and beans every day, bro.
I'm cool.
And I'm not saying that on some like that's what I want to eat every day. I can eat rice and beans. Yo.
Yeah, I love rice and beans.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I can get
20 years, doggy. 20 years.
20 years. I can eat red beans and rice every single day of my life.
Bless your heart, man.
You funny as hell. Listen, man. Like when I was growing up, I had rice like 4 days a week, and it wasn't because we was like food poor. Because like my family all lived on the same block, so everybody brought food to my grandmother's crib, and she cooked all the food. But like I had rice as a side dish like 4 days a week growing up as a kid. So I did eat rice every day for 20 years.
There's no food on me for 20 years straight. I don't care what it is.
Listen, I had my grandmother's spaghetti every day. I mean, every week, once a week for like 20 years.
That's different.
So my grandmother's from South Carolina, and she always called me a Geechee boy. Didn't really realize what that meant until I got older, but she called me that because I would eat rice and beans all the time.
Man,
not a problem.
Yeah, I can eat rice and beans every single day of my life, bro.
All right, so Ice Cream says frugality is key, baby. I would agree. I don't think a lot of people know what frugality is. I think a lot of people confuse frugality with being cheap, though.
I'm not thinking that's because that's your favorite line. A lot of people don't know. You don't think a lot of people know nothing.
I agree with Kamari. I don't think a lot of people know a lot either. Me and Kamari we are linked in that way.
That's Kamari's favorite line. You be like, today.
Wait a minute. Do you hear a lot of people confuse being cheap with being frugal?
No, I get it, but that's your favorite line about everything, though. Like it's Wednesday. I don't think a lot of people know today is Wednesday.
You know, I think Jimmy has a bias against me.
There's no bias.
Corey just sat here and said he ain't doing nothing. Jimmy had nothing to say. But then when Kamari says he can't work, no, let me finish. When Kamari says he can't work, he's like, Kamari argues everything. There's a bias.
No, about the work thing. Listen, we know Corey's unemployable. Corey's going to get fired. We know that. That goes without being said.
But why did you say it about Corey though? But you said it about me, and I
was pointing out, like, you know.
Why didn't you point out anything for Corey though? That's my question.
What's to be pointed out, Corey?
I'm not dry snitching on you, Corey, because you admit to it anyway.
Yeah, but you know
all my bad habits because my thing is, listen, man. I got fired twice last year from. Listen, man. These jobs, they don't mean anything to me, man. I'm there to work. And once I can go there and I figure out I can't work in that environment, either you gonna fire me or I'm gonna leave. Like literally, they fired me the day before I was gonna quit.
So for me, when it comes to like employment and all the different things about being paid, I think that, you know, there's a number of certain jobs, but I think as long, and that's the problem. Like when I thought about the idea of ICE, for me, I need to be in a space where I'm like intellectually stimulated. Like no matter what it is I'm doing, I don't care what the job is. And like, so for me, that's going to be the issue. That's going to be the issue. Like if I'm just running around like gathering people up, like,
I mean, if they running, that could be intellectually stimulating.
That's not intellectually stimulating. You know, I don't need to be physically stimulated. I need to be intellectually stimulated. I need to like, you know, feel like, you know, I'm putting my brain to work. But
is he going to cut left or is he going to cut right?
I'm cool. I'm cool, doggy. I'm cool, doggy.
All right, Dina, what up? She said she had black beans and rice tonight. Shout outs to you. I'm jealous. All right. Anatoly, I hope I'm saying your name right. Let me know if I'm saying your name right. There are only so many ways you can make rice and beans. That's not true. You can do it.
Go ahead, Kumar. Go ahead and tell us.
You can do it with meat, without meat, right? You can put the basil leaves in it. Like my pop used to make beans and rice all the time.
I was waiting for Kamari to say, I don't think most people know all the different ways you can make beans
I
and
don't
rice.
think they do, 'cause I know I don't know. I don't think they do, because I don't think I know. And that's okay. That's okay.
Yo, man, I need a ribeye, dog.
Oh, by the way, I have perfected my air fryer steak.
I told you. Are you going to give me props? I'm telling you, dog. I told you that's the.
Well, no. I had to do it a different way, but I perfected it. But listen, I will give you. And wasn't it Anthony? That's it, because I can't just give Jimmy the credit.
It might have been Jigger.
Of course you can.
Hold on. I think it was Jigger that was talking about buying.
Right. And then Jimmy jumped on the bandwagon as usual.
You see this?
Whoa. All right. We about to go off the rails. Listen, it's 9:20. We've been on here for a little more than an hour, man.
But yeah, I perfected it. Tender. I'm marinating them now. Oh man, I need to buy a new grill. I might not buy a new grill.
No, I'm not even. Listen, I'll make one. Listen, I got one downstairs waiting for me now. I do at least every other day. I'm in the air fryer. You know what I'm saying? I got the
man. Listen,
I got the bavette. I got the ribeye. You know what I'm saying? I got little fillets. I get busy.
I don't know. I can't. I'm not one of them. Maybe it's because the way I grew up. I don't really like. I only want steak when I go somewhere where I can get an expensive steak. Like I don't really want to make steak myself.
See, I can make steak better than some of these so-called 5-star restaurants.
That's the thing, though. Like, you know, I grew up in. When I asked my folks for steak, they would go to Murray's, right? And then you get older and realize that's trash, right? So the steaks that I get are the highest quality.
I'm not saying that y'all not buying high quality steaks. No, I don't know how to cook well enough to get the taste, the flavor profile.
No, I can't cook that well either, but I can make that because that's my thing, right? I got a subscription to Good Chop, man, and I get the highest qualities of steaks brought to my door, and we get busy in the air fryer. The air fryer,
If you ask my kids, now what I will do is I will get some flank steaks for my kids and put them on the grill, and put some other, like I can cook, but I don't really like. I don't know, like steak, not really my thing. Like I can do some mean things with, on a grill, but it's just not steak. Like I don't know. I'm not really a steak fan.
They call me Young Ribeye, man. Listen, I'm telling you, highest quality of ribeye. Don't let me get a bone-in fillet either.
Listen, I'm with that.
All right, TC says beans can cause gout flare-ups. The frugal people in my life love beans, but can't partake in bean life. I didn't know that. You just put me on something new.
Yo,
beans.
What up, Kurt? All right, so Kurt's saying, I'm trying to get the numbers right for his air fryer. 5 to 8 years max. What are you talking about?
For the fire, he's talking about
fire movement, man. He's trying to get
fire. Listen, I'm stuck on the air fryer.
No, I just want to put it on the record that the air fryer has to be one of the top 10 inventions of all time.
I can't disagree with that.
I'm going back to electricity. I'm going back to like everything.
You putting it up there with the things that help.
It's top 10 of all time, doggy.
Well, you can't have an air fryer without electricity. So
well, that's why I said electricity is probably number one. Electricity is probably the number one invention of all time, if I'm thinking about it.
First of all, electricity isn't an invention.
Well,
it's been harnessed.
All right, okay.
It's been harnessed by
I respect that.
But I'm called the argumentative one. But okay.
That's a fact, though. I'm not saying we harness electricity, but
listen, everything I say is a fact too. But it's cool. It's cool.
I'm laughing at Steve cooked me, dog, and he's right. That was definitely flagrant, and none of y'all said nothing. I'm out of pocket, Steve. I apologize. That was wild.
All right, Ice Cream says people be spending money on BS like clothes, cars, dances, etc. Hey, people like what they like, I guess. People be paying off OF drinking. Hey, it is what it is.
Paying for OnlyFans drinking. Yeah, that's
all right. Jimmy got high quality meat delivered to the doorstep, so he talking about that good chop. So listen, I was going to because I know he talks about that and Cook Unity. So
no.
Yo,
that
shout out to
statement right there is absolutely
shout out to Good Chop. And listen, by the way, I got affiliate links for Good Chop and Cook Unity, man, because that
Now, shout out to Steve because I thought Steve only wanted to cook me. I think that's the first time I've ever seen him cook Jimmy.
No, because I was crazy. I was out of pocket. I really was out of pocket, Steve. So I appreciate you checking me, man.
Hey,
all right, Miss Bowie says air fry is a cheat code for everything.
Yes, it is. Air fry definitely
Steve
top
says
10.
Air fry definitely top 10. All right.
And it ain't 10.
Oh, damn. Miss Bowie gave a pause.
I've been trying to avoid saying pause, but hey, yo, just
I deserve all that, yo.
Hey, yo.
All right. Well, listen, do y'all got anything else you want to go over? Because we are at our hour mark. Corey already told us that, so he said it's time for us to get out of here.
Listen, I just want everybody to know we will be back on Friday for Freedom Fridays. And what else? Oh, yeah. Also, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported the camp in every way. Because our camp was a success. Y'all be tripping in the comments. Our camp was a success. It was phenomenal. It was our best camp that we've ever had. So I just want to say thank you to everybody to help support the camp because this was dope. Y'all definitely changed lives.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got some brilliant students, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future, man. Future investors, man. And it's funny because, and again, Corey's a teacher, so he probably sees this all the time, right? So when you're in a classroom, you got certain kids that are completely engaged, answering questions, raising their hand, they going, and you always got a couple kids who are like very quiet. And to the point where sometimes you don't think they're paying attention. There was a kid in our class, I'm not gonna put him out there, and he was kind of quiet, very shy, very quiet. And I was like, I wonder if he was even listening. And his parents sent me a message that was like, he picked up so much that he's like bothering them now to invest. He wants to invest in this. He's calling up his grandparents like, yo, I need money to invest. And the whole time I was like, I didn't even know if he was paying attention.
Young boy picked up his head twice the whole 5 weeks we was there.
Yeah, so it's like, look at this. Look, Kamari gonna show this comment. Look, he
show all the comments, man. But listen, she's not talking about me. She's talking about you, Jimmy.
No. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Corey, you see how fast? Yo, the comment wasn't up for 1 second. He all teeth and palms. Teeth and palms. He gonna get that up there.
Charmaine, thank you. Miss
Charmaine, thank you. I just want you to know, Charmaine, you made his night. That's all.
No, I think the comment was really about you, though, Jimmy.
It wasn't. I was just going to pay homage and say thank you to everybody, man, because camp was dope, though. And the kids, y'all changed some kids' lives, so we appreciate y'all. We appreciate our village. And if you're not in the village, please join the village by going to blackwealthrebels.com. That is blackwealthrebels.com.
Help us continue to do the work, man. So we're going to be doing our camp one Saturday a month until we get to our next summer camp.
Yeah.
So we're going to be continuing the work.
Yeah, so we have a Saturday school coming soon. Like, the idea of the Saturday school is really to keep doing the work in the community and give kids a safe space to come, play board games. We're gonna make sure we feed them. We always feed them, right? You gotta feed them.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta feed the babies, you know what I'm saying? And and teach them more finance lessons. So
and I don't know.
Join our village, help us do the work.
And I don't know if it's us feeding the kids or if it's us just being greedy because we're going to eat regardless.
Oh, yeah.
But no, we're going to feed the babies. We're going to feed the babies.
As a matter of fact, though, we might be in there. I might like bring the air fryer in the whip. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ever see that video? Stove
air fryer, some chicken nuggets.
Where Stove God pull up in the Rolls Royce with the stove in the back. That's going to be me with the air fryer, doggy.
Stove God Williams.
Yeah. Air fryer God.
All right, so Charmaine, I'm Kamari. The next guy down is Corey. The next guy down is Jimmy.
Talking to you, beloved. Stop.
Listen, it's a team effort, man. Listen, stop hating. All right.
You see it,
Cut out
Corey?
the jokes.
See from palms, just like Saturday, man.
Ah, here we go, man.
Yo, shout out to BMF too. Shout out to BMF for inviting us out to be in the community, and and spread our awareness of what we do. So shout out to BMF.
That was crazy.
That was good too. That was good too.
That was good. That was good.
Listen, everybody, don't forget.
Speaking of that, did the people who was taking the pictures, did they ever send us our pic? Did they tag us?
Bro, I've been so locked. I ain't seen nothing, man. I've been crazy busy, man. But it is what it is, man. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing.
Right. So everybody, don't forget Friday is Bitcoin giveaway Friday. All right. So we will see you all on Friday at 7:00 sharp. Y'all have a great night. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Black Queens forever.
Be great, y'all.